Hello children, welcome to the YouTube channel of Velkin National School, Vasai East. This is Mrs. Mamata Biju, your subject teacher of SST. Today I'll be teaching for standard 6, that is civics, chapter number 3, rural and local government bodies. Local government bodies plays an important role in the regulation of social life. In our country, along with local bodies, the union government and the state government also participate in the work of regulation. The local government bodies are broadly classified as rural and urban local bodies. In this chapter, we will learn about the rural local government bodies. The Gram Panchayat, Panchayat Samiti and Zilla Parishad are the rural local government bodies that are collectively known as Panchayati Raj institution. Now in this paragraph they have explained that now local government is a form of public administration which in a majority of the context then exists as the lowest tier of administration within a given state. Now in this union government and state government there are also take parts. The union government and state government also take part. Now the Gram Panchayat and Panchayat Samiti and Zilla Parishad, these all local government bodies are known as Panchayati Raj institution. In local government bodies is broadly classified into two groups. The first group is the rural and the second is the urban. Okay, in rural it includes Gram Panchayat, Panchayat Samiti, Zilla Parishad, and in urban it includes Nagar Panchayat, Municipal Council and Municipal Corporation. Now they have given this local government bodies in that it is been divided, that is rural and urban. As I told you, rural is in that under comes Gram Panchayat, Panchayat Samiti, then Zilla Parishad, and in urban it comes Nagar Panchayat, Municipal Council, Municipal Corporation. Okay. Now Gram Panchayat. The Gram Panchayat look after the administration of village. If the population of a village is less than 502 or more, such villages come under one Gram Panchayat. It is then called a group Gram Panchayat. The Gram Panchayat carries out the functions relating to water supply, electricity, registration of birth, death and marriages. Now in the Gram Panchayat, they are talking about, they have given the explanation that Gram Panchayat is to look after the work of the village. When the population is less than 500, two or more village can come under the Gram Panchayat, and their function is to carry out the which is related to water supply, which is related to the electricity, then registration of any new births or new deaths and any marriages. The office bearer and officers of the Gram Panchayat, Sarpanch. The election to a Gram Panchayat are held every 5 years. The elected members elect a Sarpanch and deputy Sarpanch from among themselves. The meeting of the Gram Panchayat are held under the chairmanship of Sarpanch. It is his responsibility to implement the development schemes of the village. The members of the Gram Panchayat can bring a motion of no confidence against a Sarpanch who is not carrying out his responsibility properly. In the absence of Sarpanch, the deputy Sarpanch looks after the work of a Gram Panchayat. Now over here in the Sarpanch paragraph, they have explained that Gram Panchayat elections are held every 5 years. Sarpanch and deputy Sarpanch are elected elected, and all the meetings of the Gram Panchayat held under the chairmanship of the Sarpanch, and its responsibility is to implement as new development schemes of the village. Then all the members in the Gram Panchayat can bring motions of no confidence. Means a motion, what does it mean? A motion of no confidence or a vote of no confidence is a statement or vote about whether a person in a position of the responsibility is no longer deemed fit to hold that position. Okay, that is called no confidence. So there is no attendance of the Sarpanch. The deputy Sarpanch has to, if there is no attendance of the Sarpanch, the deputy Sarpanch has to look after the work of Gram Panchayat. Then Gram Sevak, he is the secretary of the Gram Panchayat. He is appointed by the chief executive officer of the Zilla Parishad. His main function is to look after the day-to-day functioning of the Gram Panchayat. The Gram Panchayat to explain its development scheme to the resident of the village, etc. Now in Gram Sevak, they have explained that he is the secretary of the Gram Panchayat, who is appointed by the chief executive officer of Zilla Parishad. Now his main function is to look after the day-to-day function of the Gram Panchayat. He has to explain the details of any development scheme which is been implemented to a village people. Okay. Now Gram Sabha, the assembly of all the voters of the village or rural area is the Gram Sabha. It is the most important organization of the people at the local level. It is binding to hold at least 6 meetings of the Gram Sabha in each financial year. The responsibility of calling the meeting of the Gram Sabha is with the Sarpanch. In the first meeting of each financial year, the Gram Sabha discusses the annual report and accounts submitted by the Gram Panchayat. The suggestions of the Gram Panchayat are conveyed to the Gram Panchayat. The suggestions of the Gram Sabha are conveyed to the Gram Panchayat. The Gram Sabha gives sanction to the development schemes proposed by the Gram Panchayat. The Gram Sabha has the authority to decide upon which individual deserve the benefit of government schemes. Now over here in the Gram Sabha they have explained that it is important at local level. Okay, 6 meetings are held of the Gram Sabha in the financial year, in every financial year. In the first meeting of Gram Sabha, it is discussed about annual report and accounts that is to be submitted by the Gram Panchayat. Now this suggestion of Gram Sabha is passed on to the Gram Panchayat. Then Gram Sabha gives sanction to the development scheme which is proposed by the Gram Panchayat, and finally Gram Sabha gets the authority to decide which individual deserves the benefit of the government scheme. Then women participation in the Gram Sabha. A meeting of the women of a village is held before the meeting of the Gram Sabha. Here women feel free to discuss a variety of issues during the Gram Sabha. They speak with greater concern about issues such as drinking water, prohibition, employment, fuel, health, etc. They also suggest measures for bringing about necessary changes. Now they have given a small picture. This is the Gram Panchayat office. Over here, what has been discussed, let's read. Finally, the Gram Panchayat elections are over. There was so much of excitement in the village. Now let's see how the village develops in the next 5 years. Now in this Gram Panchayat office, what they have discussed, that the Gram Panchayat elections got over and it was a very big excitement in the village, because in the coming years they wanted to see for the next 5 years what will be the development in the village. Now the second, so what is the Gram Sabha for? We must all be present for the meeting of Gram Sabha. Now one is saying that whenever there is a meeting for the Gram Sabha, everyone should be present for the betterment. What if the Gram Panchayat does not function properly? One is saying that if there are a lot of issues, okay, where they will go and discuss. Okay, there is only a Gram Panchayat where they can, if this functions properly, then only they can, the issues can get resolved soon. That's not enough. We must ask our representative questions. We must ask about the status of the development work. We must suggest new ideas. Now the village people, they are saying that only the Gram Panchayat office is not only enough. Okay, they are saying there should be some representative type of a question that should be discussed in the Gram Panchayat office. Now there should be some development work should be going on in the village. There must be some new ideas to be created for the betterment of the village. So these all things is being discussed in the Gram Panchayat office. Now in the women participation of the Gram Panchayat Sabha, in this paragraph they have said that women also participate in the meeting of Gram Sabha. Now she feels free to discuss the variety of issues. Now the issues which are discussed are drinking water, prohibition, then employment, fuel, health, etc. And this suggests measures to bring necessary changes. The source of revenue of the Gram Panchayat. The Gram Panchayat carries out many schemes and programs for the welfare of the village. For this purpose, it requires money. The Gram Panchayat raises these funds through different taxes. Now here they have given a small picture about the source, how they will get the source of revenue. What is the revenue they will get from the Gram Panchayat? One can be house tax, then water tax, tax on weekly market, pilgrimage tax, then grant from Zilla Parishad and state government. Now whenever there is a Gram Panchayat, how they will get the source of revenue, that they have explained in this paragraph. Like, now Gram Panchayat carries many schemes and programs for the welfare of the people, and for this it requires money. Whatever the event is been organized, money is the first that is required. So these funds are raised through different taxes, okay, as shown in the box. Now from this source they get like house tax, water tax they collect, and then after the collection of these all, they put all this money in the development of various schemes, so that will get benefit for the welfare of the people. Then Panchayat Samiti, all the villages within a taluka form a development block. The body that look after the functioning of a development block is a Panchayat Samiti. It also acts as a link between the Zilla Parishad and Gram Panchayat. Now in Panchayat Samiti, they have explained that whatever in any of the village taluka where there is a development block, means there should be the function of the development block also, wherever the roads or bridges are being developed, that is to be discussed in the Panchayat Samiti. So the link, this Zilla Parishad and the Gram Panchayat, they discuss with the Panchayat Samiti and they are the link in between them. The office bearer of the Panchayat Samiti. Elections to the Panchayat Samiti are held every 5 years. The elected members elect from among themselves the chairman and deputy chairman of the Panchayat Samiti. The chairman has the responsibility for calling the meetings and conducting the business of the meetings. In the absence of chairman, the deputy chairman presides over the meeting. Now, in this office bearer paragraph, they have explained that every 5 years the elections are held in the Panchayat Samiti. Within the member, they elect themselves for the position of chairman and deputy chairman of Panchayat Samiti. Now, the chairman responsibility is to call the meeting and conduct business meeting. Okay, if there is no attendance of the chairman, then the deputy chairman carries out this meeting. The functions of the Panchayat Samiti. The Panchayat Samiti prepares a plan of the scheme to be implemented in the development block. It is binding on the Panchayat Samiti to hold at least one meeting every month. The Panchayat Samiti receives a certain amount of money from the district fund. It also receives grants from the state government to carry out the development schemes of the development block. Now, over here in the functions of the Panchayat Samiti, they have explained that Panchayat Samiti function is to whatever the plans of the scheme is prepared, that is to be implemented in the development block. Now, every month one meeting is held. Now, for the development of the scheme to implement in the development block, a certain amount is received from the district fund, and it also receives grants from the state government to carry out the development scheme. Zilla Parishad. Every district has the Zilla Parishad. At present, the state of Maharashtra has 36 districts but only 34 Zilla Parishad. The reason is that Mumbai City District and Mumbai Suburban District do not have a rural population, therefore they do not have Zilla Parishad. Now, in this paragraph, they have explained that every district has Zilla Parishad. Now, the state of the Maharashtra has 36 districts but only 34 Zilla Parishad. Because why it is we are having 34 Zilla Parishad? Because members of the city district and Mumbai Suburban District do not have rural population, and therefore that is the reason they do not have Zilla Parishad. Then the office bearer of the Zilla Parishad. Elections to the Zilla Parishad are held every 5 years. The elected representative choose a president and a vice president from among themselves. The president of Zilla Parishad presides over the meetings of the Zilla Parishad. He exercises control over business conducts during the meeting. He also controls the financial transaction of Zilla Parishad. He has the authority to undertake appropriate expenditure from the Zilla Parishad's fund. The vice president carries out these duties in the absence of the president. Now, in the office bearer of the Zilla Parishad paragraph, they have explained that Zilla Parishad elections held every 5 years. The person who is elected chooses a president and vice president, and the president of the Zilla Parishad look after the meetings and conducts the meetings. Now he controls the financial transaction of Zilla Parishad, and he is having the authority to look after the expenditure of Zilla Parishad funds. Now this is a small knowledge. How does the Zilla Parishad function? How it functions? The work of the Zilla Parishad is carried out through different committees. Now in the Zilla Parishad there are different committees, like the committee's name they have mentioned. One is finance committee, then agriculture committee, then education committee, health committee, water management and sanitization committee. The women and children welfare committee takes up issues related to the problems faced by women and children. Chief Executive Officer. The decision taken by the Zilla Parishad are implemented by the Chief Executive Officer of Zilla Parishad. He is appointed by the state government. Now what they have said in this paragraph, that whatever the decision is been taken by the Zilla Parishad, it is implemented, that is got implemented by Chief Executive Officer of Zilla Parishad. He is appointed by the state government. Okay, this is all they have explained in this Chief Executive Officer. So children, we have finished this chapter. Hope you all have understood this chapter. Bye students, take care and have a nice day.